Aubrey loads some heavy boxes filled to the brim with documents in the back of her car. She was exhausted from a long shift at her new job. Finance was tough on the mind, but at least it was starting to actually pay the bills, she thought, while starting her vehicle. She got a few blocks up the road, just stops away from getting on the highway. She pulled over at a nearby gas station. She parks her vehicle where she enters the store. She wanders around and eventually bought herself some snacks, then loaded them into her car before topping off her gas tank. She takes a sip of her freshly opened soda and eats a fistful of chips before getting on the highway. Minutes pass, and suddenly a large truck begins riding her bumper, driving only a few feet back at most. The lights were so close they were blindingly bright. She honks her horn in disapproval as she peers into the rearview mirror. The driver, in the much taller truck, begins shaking his fist out of the window and screaming words she can't make out over the wind. Terrified, she quickly switches lanes, trying to let the truck pass, but it follows quickly behind her. Her heart began to race, prompting her to grab her phone, but after digging into her pocket, she noticed it was dead. All the while, the truck continued honking and lightly tapping on the rear end of her car with their front bumper. Tears streaming down Aubrey's face, she could only try to lose the truck. It's her only option now. She accelerated, pushing her gas pedal as far down as it would go, with only the large boxes of documents in the back seat to weigh her down. After a few minutes of a chase, a policeman turned on its blue lights that was passing on the opposite lane. Thank God, she thought. The truck continued following Aubrey's car as it came to a stop. The police officer and the men from the truck sprinted up to her car. She began flailing to remove the seatbelt, anticipating an assault. But both men swung open the trunk door. The police officer withdrew his gun from his holster and shot into the truck compartment 5 times. The man from the truck looked at me, explaining that he'd seen him get in my car, and he'd initially thought it was some kind of joke. After I left, he followed me on the highway and had called the police. The man was armed with a sickle as he lay dead in my trunk. He had a picture of me. "I'm just glad he couldn't get into the back. Looks like you got some of the boxes of paper in there," the officer said. Aubrey refuses to go to the same gas station more than once a month now. She can't even maintain a daily routine. Sometimes, being a creature of habit will get you preyed upon by a creature whose habit is you.